Hey guys, we're going to be doing a 100 greatest guitarists of all time. Now, I'm going to start off. This is by Spin Magazine. And they say, Spin doesn't worship guitar gods. We like our axe wielders to be flawed, resourceful, I'm not going to try and pronounce that, and human. Alrighty. Good joke. Alright, so I'm sure there's the actual number one. Oh, no, never mind. Seriously? You put Skrillex on it? He doesn't even suit the genre of what he plays. He does dubstep. He's not even relevant anymore. Okay, here's why they put him on there. Look, as far as we know, our asymmetrically coiffed party pal has never held a guitar in his life, but no contemporary musician has a more prominent understanding of adrenaline-pumping, pulse-racing, chest-caving, bulldozer riffs than dubstep mosh ambassador Skrillex. I'll say that again. Adrenaline-pumping, pulse-racing, chest-caving, bulldozer riffs than dubstep mosh ambassador Skrillex. Yeah, riffs and dubstep don't belong in the same sentence. Somewhere between the unfiltered piston pumps of new metal and the twinkling emo core melodies that wing. New metal and emo core are not suited for dubstep. The bass drop to Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites might be this generation's smoke on the wall. Look no further than the obscene number of Skrillex guitar cover videos on YouTube. I'll take you up on that offer. All I see are people actually playing Skrillex songs on guitars. Okay, well let me try it this way. Let's see if there's a video of Skrillex actually playing guitar. Well, I'll be damned. Skrillex actually can play guitar. I don't think he deserves to be on this list though, because he doesn't suit the genre. Bloody hell. So this is a 100 guitarist list. I have never heard of both these bands or these guitarists. Okay, so Annie Clark from St. Vincent. Yes. There's a band called The Slits. Yeah, that totally doesn't speak emo. Alright, so you have put... Okay, I'm with you on this. You put one of the guitarists from Pearl Jam on. So I'm with you on that, okay? Okay, I'm really happy that they actually put Josh Homme on here, because I think that he is one of the most underrated guitarists of all time. Listen to every Queens of the Stone Age, and you'll see what I mean. Stoner rock. Stoner rock has to be the most useless classification in the long history of futile attempts to describe what music sounds like. Huh? Dave Navarro, yes, does belong on here, yep. So I see very unknown guitarists. Alright, so at number 67, there's Kim Thayil, I think it's pronounced, from Soundgarden. Because I think Soundgarden are one of the greatest grunge bands ever, after Nirvana. So yeah, he does belong on this list. Now, forgive me if I may, but I think I'm pretty sure David Bowie can actually play guitar, so I think David Bowie might actually belong on this list. But he works just as fine. Okay, Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins. Yes, he does belong on this list. In the flannel flying 90s, while every upstart grunge act started to struggle to achieve Nirvana, Billy Corgan stood out by aping ELO, Queen, and My Bloody Valentine. Again, a lot of unknown guitarists. Or that could just be my lack of music taste. My god, this is a really bad list. Okay, number 46 goes to Mr. Dimebag Darrell from Pantera. My one problem with this is... Now forgive me if I may, but I'm pretty sure Dimebag is a guitar god. And if I recall, they say that they do not worship guitar gods. Please ignore that. But yes, I feel like Dimebag Darrell should be up more in the top 10. Okay, yeah. Alright, Tom Morello, Rage Against the Machine. I've admired Tom Morello's guitar work, especially since he can play a guitar solo with his freaking teeth. Neil Young at number 20, alright. For more than 40 years, guitarists have made a good living ripping off members of his Guitar Generation cohort, Hendrix, Clapton, Beck. With uncanny precision, but no one sounds quite like Neil, and not for lack of trying, alternative country pickers have taken his rolling, pluck and strum acoustic work and grunge-jacked his lumbering electric distorter jams. But no one combines these elements like shaky and that slow, graggy soloing style. The old manifestation of the man's skewed thought process is straight up sui generis. Yes, thank you. I was hoping that Tony Iommi was going to be on here. Not at number 18. I would have expected him with Dimebag Darrell at the top 10, but still, let's have a look at what they say. Listen, we could quibble, but there's really no point in arguing. Tony Iommi's down-tuned, low-string riffing with Black Sabbath is the Tigris and Euphrates of doom metal guitar. It all flows from there. Most heroic moment, Iommi's palm-muted bridge on 1973's Sabbath Bloody Sabbath still sounds impossibly heavy today. Yes. Alright, Frank Zappa is very underrated in today's society in terms of music. So I'm happy that they put him on this list. Okay, the number 14 spot goes to Kerry King and Jeff Hanneman from Slayer. To describe Slayer's guitar tandem as uncompromising is a gross statement. From the jaw-dropping speeds at which King and Hanneman play Angel of Death begins at 210 beats per minute, to the cyclones of tinny notes that pass for guitar solos, the prickly pair took thrash metal to its high-velocity extremes in the mid-'80s and inspired innumerable underground metal bands, and even Tori Amos, to go further and faster. Somehow, between their wrist-wrecking flurries, they've uncovered every evil-sounding harmony available on a fretboard. Oh, What? Number 10 goes to Jam Master Jay from Run DMC. Okay, let's see what they have to say. Run DMC couldn't have made their position in the universe any clearer. We're the kings of... Funny. And our DJ's better than all these bands. I don't know, listen to Slipknot and listen to Sid Wilson. He'll wreck you any day of the week, mate. In the 1980s, the always exact, never whack risks of Jam Master Jay certainly rocked harder than any Motley Crue riff, but often thanks to the way Jay manipulated the work of guitarist Aerosmith's Joe Perry. Here's a crazy idea. How about instead of Jam Master Jay, you actually put Joe frickin' Perry on here? Just a crazy idea. But I might be mad. What resulted was a new way of hearing guitars, rubbed and percussive and brutal, an evident influence on everyone from Tom Morello to Korn. What crack are these guys on? Jeez. Okay, I'm glad Johnny Ramone's on here because he defined punk rock. By only playing the downstrokes, Johnny Ramone was working twice as hard as your favorite guitarist. Ultimately, it was the loudest, fastest, ugliest sound around in the 1976. A motor rev that zoomed like a jet engine but felt like bubblegum, born on a $50 guitar stuffed in a shopping bag. It was a noise whose influence can be heard on everything from Nirvana to Kelly Clarkson. Yeah, I don't think I think of Johnny Ramone when I listen to Kelly Clarkson, let alone actually listen to Kelly Clarkson. But I'm pretty sure Nirvana were influenced by Johnny Ramone or just the Ramones in general. Alright, so I'm starting to get a little less pissed because Prince is on here at number 6. The show-ending jam at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony is rarely more than a lazy circle jerk, but such is the brilliant flamboyance of Prince's guitar playing that, with his epic solo on George Harrison's While My Guitar Gently Weeps at the 2004 Hall of Fame show, he hijacked the entire event and made it his own spectacular wank session. Then, as always, Prince is gloriously brash playing by turning funky, fluid, and screaming. Set the benchmark for 6-string swagger. I feel like I just lost a couple of brain cells reading that. But yes, he does belong on this list and very high up. I was hoping that Kurt Cobain was going to be on here. Because Kurt Cobain has been one of my biggest influences for playing guitar in my whole life. Because one of the first songs that I learned to play on guitar was Smells Like Teen Spirit. My first one was Good Riddance, Time of Your Life by Green Day, but that's 3 chords. But yes, Kurt Cobain, of all men in punk rock and grunge, deserve to be on this list. Now let's see what they have to say. The solo that snakes through the final third of Nirvana's course-changing Smells Like Teen Spirit is little more than a sly rip at the song's chorus melody. Yeah, you're very close, it's the verse melody. Frontman Cobain is rarely described as a technical virtuoso, but he did have a fantastic intuitive feel for the guitar, mirroring his gift for unshakable John Lennon-inspired songcraft. It looked and felt so natural as an extension of his body, despite the back, stomach, mental pain that it allegedly caused him. Very true. As I read Dave Grohl's autobiography, or biography, I still don't know the difference, and it talks about his time with Nirvana and all the pain and suffering that Kurt Cobain had to go through from 1990 to 1994. That every drop of song seemed to show exactly what was happening on the inside. Punk's urgency clasping hands with every classic pop melody he ever absorbed. Okay, so here's the most heroic moment. Nearly 3 minutes into Nirvana's nationally televised cover of Bowie's The Man Who Sold the World on Unplugged, Cobain's solo found a sour note. If he could F up that solo like we would practicing on our beds at home, then there would be something more to rock and roll than getting it right. Okay, are you ready for number 1? Really? Lee Ranaldo and Thurston Moore from Sonic Youth? No. And I am not reading any of this, jeez. Alright, hold on. Just let me get my voice ready. So these guys included Skrillex and Jam Master Jay, but they left out Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, Kirk Hammett, James Hetfield, Dave Grohl, Scott Ian, Dave Mustaine, Marty Friedman, John Petrucci, Buckethead, Sinister Gates, Eric Clapton, Randy Rhoads, Angus Young, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Brian May, Yngwie Malmsteen, Herman Lee, Jeff Buckley, Mick Thompson, Jim Root, and many, many more. I don't know what to say. Other than like and subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out on a single Drum Rap Tech video. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.